Today on Phillips Park Best, I'm going to teach you guys how to get to Hawaii during a pandemic. That's right. Now, it's difficult, not impossible, difficult, but you can do it. Now, you might be asking yourself, why would I want to go to Hawaii during a pandemic? Well, there's obvious reasons. One, it's Hawaii. Two, right now, hotels, they're super cheap. Hardly anybody's here. Three, airlines, their airfare, it's reasonable, it's awesome. And there's so many things you can do here. Your dollar really stretches further right now, and so it's fun. You gotta come. And as you can see, as you go through the steps, it's safe. It's safe. You help to stimulate the economy, and it's safe. Step number one, how to get to Hawaii. Well, first thing you have to do is you have to book your trip. That's right, the trip, it seems kind of obvious, obviously, right? I gotta book a trip. But you have to have that step completed before you do any of the other steps. So in order to book your trip and get to Hawaii, you have to have one, your airline flight, and two, the hotel that you're gonna be staying at. You have to have those two things booked. Now, let's move on to step number two. You're gonna need a computer, a laptop, or something for step number two. Step number two is you need to go to this website called travel.hawaii.gov. This is the mandatory state Hawaii travel and health form. And you have to fill this out. Every single person over the age of 18 traveling to Hawaii needs to come to this website and fill this out. You just need to put in you could go in right down here and hit create an account. When you click create an account, it's just gonna ask you what your email is. You have to confirm your email address, and then you need to create a password to coming back to this website. Now, you might want to bookmark this website because you will be coming back to this website a lot. So now that you're in the website, you have to fill it out. Put your name, middle name, last name, your gender, your date of birth, your preferred language, English, if you're a visitor or resident of Hawaii, where you're coming from. They want to know your race and ethnicity. They also want to know like what your job is and then your phone number. Once you've done that, go ahead and hit save. Now, you will have to do this for each and every single person in your party over the age of 18 that's going to Hawaii. Okay, now that you've entered all the information in of who's going to your trip on Hawaii, you come down here and you're gonna see these four different circles: trips, health questionnaire, daily check-ins, and documents. And this is the first one you have to fill out, is the trips button. You need to come in here and click on that, then click add trip, and then you're gonna put the date that you're gonna land in Hawaii, where you were traveling to. There's some drop-down boxes. You're going to Honolulu, you're going to Maui, and so on. You have to put all the information there, the travel dates, the airline number that you're flying in on. Remember how I told you had to book your trip before you did this? This is the reason why. You have your airline number, your flight number. You also have to have a government ID in order to get into Hawaii. So you need like a driver's license or a passport or some type of government ID while you're traveling to Hawaii, and that's the information there. They want you to put that in there as well. The next part is, where are you going to be staying at, your location while you're in Hawaii. This is why also you have to have your hotel booked, because you have to have all this information put into the system before you can even start doing your COVID test. If you don't have your hotel or your airlines, you can put as much information as you can, but you have to complete this before you do your COVID tests. Step number 3, getting your COVID test. Now keep in mind, these COVID tests, they have to be approved by the state of Hawaii. And I'll show you that list of how to get approved. You just can't get any random COVID test, because if you get there to Hawaii and it's not on the approved list, they will not accept your COVID test and send you back home. In fact, we saw that happen. A whole family landed right there in Hawaii. There was a mom and dad and all their kids, and they didn't have the right COVID test. So you don't want to be in that situation, because if that happens, you have two choices. You either fly back to the mainland, get the COVID test, and then go back over, or they quarantine you in your hotel for 14 days. And some people might be saying, well, that's not so bad. No, that's not fun, because you can't leave your hotel room. And Hawaii is very strict. If you do leave your hotel room during that 14 days, you'll get fined. I mean, there's people who have been arrested. So you have to have your COVID test before you get on the plane. Big deal there, all right? So let me show you how to do that. So we're back at the travel.hawaii.gov website. If you look at the far right, you see where it says documents. You need to come over here where it says documents and click that. And then you'll see right here, there's a little blue line here, and this shows you all the different approved COVID test partners. You can click on that, and it's gonna list you all the different approved tests. And these first ones are from Japan and so on. And going down, you get the ones in America. Now the one that Amanda and I did, we did this one here called Vault. Right there, it says Vault Health. That's this at-home test. You have to do it over a Zoom call. and they actually supervise you to do the health test. Okay, so we are logging into this. It's called vault testing. We go online and you have to have a provider. They have to show your ID and everything over the Zoom call. Then you have to do what's called the spit test. We spit in, they have to verify you're doing it, and you have to seal it up, and you have to immediately mail it back to UPS. Back to the vault testing place, and they have to test it to find out if you're eligible to go to Hawaii. So that's what we're trying to do right now. It's a little bit stressful.
So someone has to watch you spit into a tube, and I think you need your ID so they can verify that it's actually you doing it. And another stressful thing about us is all of the FedEx and UPS places that we've checked can't overnight it tonight. And we have to overnight it tonight or else we're not gonna be able to go. So we've got like a lot of hurdles to jump over and to get through to see if this will even work. So Chris took a long time filling out the paperwork. He got all the paperwork done. Now we've got our little test kits that we have to do, and we have to meet up with a provider online. We have to find someone to overnight it, and hopefully we get a negative test too. So there's just a lot that goes into traveling to Hawaii right now. They just want to be as safe and as careful as possible, and we are trying to do the same thing, be as safe and careful as possible. All right, so there's your little kit, your little tube to spit into. You have to put in your kit ID information into the computer, and we're just waiting for someone else to log in to help us through it. Your little spit tube, boop, you spit right into that hole, and you have to fill up a line. And you can't eat or drink anything for 30 minutes before. So you can't have any water, you can't chew gum, you can't smoke, nothing. Okay, so we filled out our test tube information and then the tracking number so we can track to make sure it got there in time. And Chris is now waiting for a provider. It says estimated wait time 15 minutes. We're gonna try to do it on Chris's phone too, so then we can both be waiting and hopefully both have ours done at the same time. So we each have our own test kit, and then we put them in our little boxes and then hopefully get them overnight shipped.
Have you had anything to eat, drink, smoke, or chew?
I have not.
And have you had a confirmed exposure or just routine testing?
No confirmed exposure. We're traveling, and so this is the travel.
Okay, are you flying?
Yes.
All right, are you trying to make the 72-hour
Yes.
window?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Chris, so if you'll take a look at your tube, there's a black line about halfway down.
Okay.
You have to fill up to that black line with fluid. The bubbles don't count. And you can start spitting whenever you're ready. And I'm gonna see if I can.
You're almost to the little black line. It's like a little wavy.
I think of the black lines, little bubbles are above it, but.
Okay. Yeah, you got it. All right, so pull the funnel off and twist the blue cap on, the large end fits on top.
Okay. Twist this on.
You got it. And just keep twisting until all the blue fluid drops in.
Oh, weird.
Okay, just did.
All right, and then shake it for 5 seconds. And then that's going into your little biohazard bag.
This one right here?
Mm-hmm. Yep, and you can leave that little paper in there. And then that, after you seal it, is going into the white box that your kit came in.
I got stage fright. Like when I was trying to do it. Amanda's doing a test right now, and I got stage fright, and it was hard.
It's easiest if you accumulate as much as you can in your mouth before you spit.
Mm-hmm.
Even big spits instead of a lot of little spits.
There's a big one. All right. One down. How many more to go?
Bubbles don't count.
Bubbles don't count.
The COVID test has to be taken within 72 hours of your last leg of flight departing to Hawaii. So for example, when Amanda and I went to Hawaii, we flew down from Utah down to Dallas, and then we had to lay over there for a couple hours, and then from Dallas to Maui. So our 72-hour clock start ticking from our flight from Dallas to Maui, not from Utah to Dallas, but from Dallas to Maui. So make sure you time it just right because they are sticklers on the timing. You have to take your test within 72 hours of departure of your last flight, your last leg to Hawaii. Step number 4. Now you've taken the test and you're waiting patiently. You get your results and you get that negative result, which you have to have in order to get to Hawaii. Once you've got that negative result, you then have to go back to the website and then upload those results. Okay, so here we are again at the travel.hawaii.gov website, and over here where it says documents, you're going to click on that, and you're going to upload right here your test that you took. As you can see, we've already uploaded our test on a trip that we went on to, is you upload your test to the website, so it's already uploaded there. So we uploaded our file. This is it right here. We took the test, and we got results here on December 1st, and there it is, our little negative test was uploaded. Step number 5. Okay, this is one of the last things you have to do, but it's very important. You have to do this within 24 hours of landing in Hawaii. So, what you have to do is go back to that website. Okay, so here we are at this website again, the travel.hawaii.gov website. And you can go right to this area here where it says health questionnaire. And you need to complete this health questionnaire 24 hours prior to your flight. Once you've done that, then the state of Hawaii is going to send you an email with the QR code. Once you have filled out that whole thing on the website, you are then going to get this email with your QR code. Now, here's what I did because I'm a very cautious individual. I wanted to be sure I was prepared when I landed in Hawaii. I printed off that QR code, so I had a hard copy of it. Secondly, I opened it up on my phone and then I screenshotted it and I saved that QR code on my phone, so I had it there. So I had both of them. They want you to take a paper copy though when you go to Hawaii. So when you board your plane going to Hawaii, they're not going to check your QR code at that point, but they will be checking at the gate your government ID. So whatever you have put in on your travel document is what you're going to want to use to get on a plane. If it's a driver's license or a passport, you'll have to show that as you get on the plane. Then you fly to Hawaii. Now that you've landed in Hawaii, you have to show that QR code. They have the people waiting there, the COVID testers or whatever. I don't know what they're called. I don't know what they're called, the COVID okayers, I guess. People are like giving you a thumbs up. You go up to them, you show them your QR code, they scan it to make sure it's a legit code and works through and goes through your system to tie it into what you have. Now, then they print up this pink sheet of paper that they give to you that you have to show that you can go into Hawaii. And you want to keep that pink sheet of paper while you're on your trip, just in case. I mean, we never had any problems, but you need that pink sheet of paper showing that you can be in the state of Hawaii and you have a negative COVID result.
I almost didn't make it this morning. It's been a crazy morning. Our flight left at 7:30. We're just waiting. It hasn't left yet, but we got on the bus to get to the airport and Chris realized that he forgot his phone. He forgot his phone. And that
That's my wallet.
He forgot his wallet too. It's not just the phone. It's the wallet.
So I jumped off the bus to grab my phone, and Amanda followed me, and we realized we left our bag on the bus. So then we got my wallet, then we had to wait for the bus to come all the way around again. The shuttle bus, we got on that shuttle bus, and we barely made it in time for our flight.
We were like the McAllisters running through the airport. We forgot the phone, and we forgot the bag. Then we're chasing down buses to get them to radio to, see who has it on their bus. And then that guy had to come over and find us in the parking lot. We had to find our bag, looking through the airport. Nuts.
Literally has no idea what she's doing.
to Hawaii and we had the best time.
It was a wonderful time. Now, if you haven't already subscribed to our channel, we're showing you ways that you can visit theme parks and travel and stay safe and enjoy times with yourself or with your loved ones.
There you guys go. Have fun in Hawaii.